Switzerland is an extraordinary country for mountain bikers. There are phenomenal bike parks, and in many Swiss cantons it is legal to ride on hiking trails. But anyone who has fallen in love with alpine trails knows the constant inner restlessness. This urge to seek out for demanding and challenging routes, the kind that you can be proud to have mastered in the end. Tours that simply remain. And sometimes, just like on today's tour in Andermatt, you get lucky and stumble upon a rough, unpolished trail gem. Come and join me for an extraordinary alpine mountain bike tour. The tour begins in Andermatt. To start with, we'll take it easy. The Gütsch Express will take us up to almost 2,400 meters. From there, we'll traverse over to the Lutersee. The wide paths at the start are perfect for warming up. There's a historical reason why such well-developed routes exist here. We are in the heart of the old Swiss Alpine fortress. Many of these paths were originally built for military purposes. Today, we bikers benefit from them and can enjoy the view. At the end of this traverse, there's also a short flowing section. A taste of the sensational trail to Lake Oberalp that will follow. From Lutersee, a spectacular and enjoyable but technically challenging trail leads down to Oberalpsee. Now, for the first time, the rugged nature of this trail gem becomes apparent. The difficulty level increases rapidly as the ride progresses, with the terrain becoming steeper and more technical. We are mostly in the S2 range here and partly in the S3 range. In total, the trail to Oberalpsee is around 2 kilometers long, with a descent of around 400 meters. As you would expect from a natural alpine trail, there are several sections that are blocked. Occasionally, you have to lift your bike. We roll out the last few meters at a relaxed pace. Time to enjoy the mountain scenery. Enjoy the flow, because an important section is coming up next. Many GPX tracks lead you into a tricky trap here, but I'll show you the right way. Once we reach the bottom, we will pass the Oberalpsee. Next comes a fast single trail running alongside the railway line. After about 1 kilometer, you will reach a fork in the road. Don't take the right path here, as described in many GPX tracks on the internet, but rather take the left path down to the gravel road. From there, make your way up to the SAC Hut. After climbing about 350 meters, you will reach the Vermigelhütte. We pass Oberalpsee, a reservoir at an altitude of around 2,000 meters. This is a hotspot for fishermen. It's teeming with char and trout. Next is a fast single trail running alongside the railway line. With a bit of luck, it is possible to see the world-famous Glacier Express here. The trail tempts you to speed up, but be careful, there are often lots of hikers here. Then comes the aforementioned fork in the road. Make sure you take the path on the left down to the gravel road. The right trail is very challenging uphill with many sections where you have to carry the bike. Around 350 meters of elevation are gained during the ascent. With an e-bike and the spectacular panorama, it's a pure joy. In fact, we are also very close to the source of the Rhine, which is at Lake Thoma. At the height of the Vermigelhütte, you can enjoy a fantastic view of the Val Maighels. Take a deep breath. What awaits you now is one of the tour's major highlights. Get ready for wet feet. The remaining 200 meters of the ascent to the Maighelspass lead through the Val Maighels. The highlight is the adventurous ride directly through the riverbed. Welcome to Val Maighels! As the valley opens up, its vast expanse almost resembles an alpine tundra. The first section gives time to look around. The gradient is gentle and technically easy to manage. Then we reach the Rhein der Maighels. This is actually one of the Rhine's first tributaries. And now we're getting wet. The path leads us directly through the wide riverbed. This is where courage is needed. The rule is to keep paddling and not to stop. It's a little adventure in the midst of magnificent mountain scenery that you won't find on any other tour. Simply epic. The final 50 meters to the pass are extremely steep. Even e-bikers have to give up and push the bikes here. But the effort is worth it, as you will be rewarded with a breathtaking panorama at the top of the Maighelspass. Make sure you take a moment to enjoy the view before starting the final descent. The trail down from the pass to the Vermigelhütte is the most technically challenging section of the tour, especially in the upper part. Further down it becomes much more flowy. From the hut, an alpine road, and from Muralp, an easy single trail takes you back to Andermatt. Now the descent begins into the Unteralp Valley. This is where the tour reveals its wild character, raw, rocky and unpolished. The upper section is blocked with many sharp rocks in the way. I had to push the bike a lot, but better that than risk a fall. The lower part, on the other hand, is comfortable and easy to ride. In fact, we are also crossing an important watershed here. The water in Val Maighels flows directly into the Rhine, whereas the water in front of us makes its way into the Reuss. We follow this water for the last few kilometers downhill, until we reach our starting point in Andermatt. What remains of this Andermatt-Gütsch-Maighelspass tour? For me, this is one of those rides that will definitely stay in my memory. Breathtaking landscapes and varied trails. And the highlight was a section in Val Maighels riding through the riverbed. The gondola and e-bike makes it easy to cover the altitude difference. The only downside is the rough upper part of the trail from Maighelspass. Overall, the tour is definitely recommended, if not a must, for enthusiasts of alpine trails who don't mind pushing their bikes from time to time. Would you be willing to push the bike to get a panorama like this? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video and that it has inspired you. Further links and information, including the GPX Tracks, can be found in the video description. Hope to see you soon for another epic trail. Click on the video for more epic trails or on the logo to subscribe.